Thank you so much, Yazam, for this mention and everything. We have one of the most diverse manufacturing, being from consumer electronics to marketing, the best care and the retail pharmacy. Just to set the context, we've been doing this for five the last few sessions and been quite enlightening to listen to the industry experts what we in the been for quite some time. While we as a service providers have been in and out of the region, but we have spent quite a lot of time in the region and you understand nobody understands the region. Like the ways you guys do. So just as an initial icebreaker, what I want to understand is uh, over the last 3 to 4 years, how have you seen the overall e-commerce ecosystem evolving across all the industries that you are giving in first on pharmacy, say a bit how has what has changed or how has this evolved?
Oh, let's say that e-commerce are evolving in case, say, in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, especially after COVID, we can see that the growth is double digit year after year. In case of growth of e-commerce, in case of traffic and so on, everyone are searching for e-commerce now rather than going to the store directly. So we can see that the customer is searching for convenience. So e-commerce giving the customer convenience, especially we have a lot of items inside our stores. So the customer can search for the item before driving to a store. He can make a click and collect order and pick it directly from the store. So yes, we can see the growth in the last 3 years.
And how you're seeing that in your head or down below? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I want to give you an example how I imagine it's working. You can hear me, yeah? So basically, I see I wanted to imagine a bazaar that speak your local language, know exactly what kind of favorite spice you want it, and deliver to your home in 30 minutes. So what I see now in the market is the customer has been shifted purely to digital space, and you can see it like it's everything he wants is in the front of the door. So basically, he expects everything to deliver to the home. They want grocery to become in the home. They want uh, healthcare to be delivered to the home. Everything, and expect the journey to be super smooth. And what enabled this is basically our the Vision 2030, which is more focused in um, the digital, bringing the digital print foot in the market, and also the regulation that has been improved over the last 3 years, and we are moving from uh, MVV to scale up in very short time. And this is exactly happening after the COVID. So what we see now, it's a digital level of adoption to the customer in every level. And this is how I imagine a bazaar that has been arrived to your door in 30 minutes.
And then you saw how they would be extreme challenging and exciting signals to see from people moving from physical stores online and then online the mobile app now it's the one.
Yeah, I think has evolved quite drastically, especially they have mentioned since COVID, it's become like one of the core challenges for any business. But when you talk about food and beverage, I believe they have been late in this game. Because just imagine how do you serve coffee, by placing an order online, right? I people still don't prefer a coffee or a donut, going to the store and having it there. But I think this particular traction has picked up quite nicely recently, especially in the food and beverage or the food service sector here. People have realized that by having a digital presence is much more important than being a outlet. And one of the reasons why we also as departments have believed that this will make a bigger impact and nowadays being involved is just imagine, I mean, instead of me going to a store, rather than standing in a queue for 5 minutes and then getting my coffee, if I place the order online, and within 5 minutes I'm reaching and I'm getting my coffee ready, it makes a different experience altogether. So it has become quite big time on every single sector, within just the ecosystem. And I think even it being late, I think we have also started getting to be a message.
And by the way, I am a very fan for Tim Hortons. I always do. I always order in the car and get it from the drive-through. So this is and I you can check that from the front side. Yeah, it's good.
How is it shaping on the consumer electronics where people want, be very high ticket value, join. Then what is the percentage or how is it overall shaping upon the consumer electronics sector?
So, and like to go back to a few years ago, when especially started the performance business, I was there, and when we started the e-commerce business, we received all the commodity and to do everything.
Manual.
Operation, manual.
Yeah.
We go to the store,
Yeah.
we go to the metro, we align with the shipment team, we align the customer, we got the delivery time, and now, if you see, for example, this time you can order and receive or if you order after 2 hours. Even after that, if we see the corporates or the printing or brands like Samsung or ABC, to start the online business and start selling directly to the end consumer, which is against to against their voice guideline if we go back 15 years or 20 years ago. Now, omnichannel is focused on the end user and the end consumer, how they can provide the best user experience, best usability in terms of affecting the customer, how they can acquire target segment, how they can target that closed segment to show their product and create to the website, how they can provide a different usability and user journey to select the customer goal. All of this has been enhanced, especially after Corona and after in, in years or 4 years ago. And now we see, for example, in the consumer internet, variable pressure, something about 25%. We see in the last 3 or 4 years, in has been increased, especially TV business, and they are building now in accounts like the large audience also. We see that there is like Maria focus more, she does focus more, and all other challenges both offers the AI solution, how we can recognize the product based on the customer and personality. All of this solution has been enhanced and going to be more enhanced in the next 2 years.
Understood. One of the fundamental thing when it comes to, rapid transformation that is like last, I would say 3 to 5 years is how do you essentially manage the customer expectations to have a consistency in their experiences that is not equally and you're very diverse, planning here, because each of each of businesses that you represent individually have very high level of expectations. Rest of pages. That's why. How is this okay?
Very good question, actually. The customer expectation now is very high. I can see that the bar is raised because of food and beverages deliveries. They raised the bar for all other sectors. Now the customer wants his order to be delivered within 15 or 20 or 25 minutes. At the beginning of our e-commerce journey in Al-Dawaa, we started almost 7 years ago. We didn't plan for delivery within 30 minutes or 25 minutes. We planned to deliver within 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. However, after COVID, as I mentioned, and after the food and beverage, sorry. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. After food after food and beverage enter that race, they raised the bar for us. So we have to focus on our customer experience and satisfaction. We have to satisfy our customers by service. Okay. So we focused mainly on service, how we can increase our customer experience through delivery, through entering AI in delivery to enhance routing. Also customer experience in the application and the personalization, how to show the customer the offers he wants, how to show the customer the items he wants. So customer satisfaction is the main driver in our e-commerce by mainly service as the first one. Secondly is the price. Service is the most important factor in our customer experience. Okay.
How do you shape up in the overall healthcare ecosystem? I know that patient, what if you are, clearly got how is this customer experience and customer expectations being set?
Yes.
So you didn't just
Okay. We sit as a one ecosystem that our stocks in stores are merged or integrated with our stocks in e-commerce. So the customer can see the same experience inside the store and in e-commerce and even in call center. We have to merge the customer experience. We have to make an omni-channel experience that's in all channels together are the same inside the store or in e-commerce or in call center, integrated stock, the same type of offer, the same price. The item is available in every channel and so on. So we have to make our experience to the customer is the best. He can find everything in all channels. That's from Al-Dawaa perspective.
yeah, okay. So as mentioned, Muhammad, so basically, I see the customer has been spoiled, and he expects that everything will go exactly the way he wanted. So they are not looking. It's not e-commerce anymore. It's quick commerce more, and now they are over some logistic company offering the bullet delivery, which is delivering under half hour. So imagine this kind of experience for the patient. He cannot wait anymore to get to see the doctor. So he want to go get the teleconsultation at home. He expect that there is a home care team will coming to his home and treat him. So basically, what we are trying to do is build the microservice around the customer to make sure that we build the ecosystem for it. So we offer the teleconsultation. We try to match the offline online experience. We try to make him loyal to our hospitals. So this is very important for us. It's and basically what I see our local consumer is more. He is super intelligent. Most of the population here is youth, which is meaning that they are digitally adapted. They're born digitally. So basically, we need to build the experience around this. And this is what I see from my
To supplement that, by saying, obviously, this will give a very wide listen of a lot of industry. Deliver consistent customer experiences across all the touch points. Fundamentally, what is it? How is it that see the online offline buying we talking for quite some time? Where do you see the online and offline getting merged perfectly into your definitive ecosystem? And then probably I understood about the same question for Ms. Mathena as well. The digital and online offline have to merge perfectly. How is it working out?
See, I think for all of us, customer has to be center of focus everything.
Right.
And when you work backwards, that is where you put everything in place. Definitely, you work with a lot of systems, right? So when you talk about offline, you have a system. When you talk about online, you have a different systems. I'm sure there are hardly any such systems which can give you a complete experience online and offline together. But at the end of the day, if you don't unify them as one and give a single view to the customer, then you're really creating a fragmented experience altogether. At the end of the day, today you have a lot of channels, right? So it's not only about your own digital channel. It's not only about your own offline, point of sale that you use. It's also about, let's say, for food and beverage sector, where you have those, food delivery partners and the stations, Jaffes, Kita, which are, I mean, in terms of for them, technology is the key.
Right.
So for us as a brand, without compromising on the experience to the customer, it's always important that we merge these experiences together. So if I'm placing an order online, I should be rewarded for that. Even though if I'm placing an order offline, I should be rewarded for the same. So if I don't have these systems talking together, you're far apart or you're far away from the real game there. So at this moment, it's very important that they talk to each other. There is no more, how would I say, an ecosystem of isolation anymore. And they have to be merged together as well to really give that kind of a seamless experience to any customer that you talk to any touch point that you talk.
Understood. And when it comes to currency offers feel the entire online programs. You have that conversation based on the trade businesses. Or as an individually complicated business. Developing. Developing is either essential. So currency. Thoughts. Still. Like, loving things but human being won't like pizza and say even in that hate you run out more things constantly to offer or even the customer I want to buy each has once they visit the website patients even they can just to increase the fact is the visit and this dog is visit maybe it's done the consumer behavior the user journey for each visit. Now, after that, we can design of for each customer is the one user journey is that way patient also even in one event is also a no for example. Compliments not only for differences or more than knowledge, is also consumer and now no one will offer TV and small appliances for non-certificate all the small small digital platform TV under 43 inch you can get within 30 minutes. Well, one of the solutions already has been designed and answered and we entered this one to offer more very more customer and as Faisal said also customer is working online is reward. So all the solution really one people going to zero remote going one solution has been enhanced year over year, month over month, just to keep the customer this is the idea. Please work. So given that we have established that now having very wide studies obviously we want positive without without actually personalizing the overall experience to the customer. And today we spoke about personalization years back. We're talking about hyper personalization. Now, have you guys any of ways that just already drive your hands on the AI to figure out how can you personalize data and how has been your experience trying out AI? Maybe need any function.
Yes. Yes, for AI personalization, we did it in our e-commerce using SAP Immerse's tool. It focused on personalization, giving the customer the offer he needs or putting the items in a sequence according to his personality. For example, Salah will not be the same like Faten. Here will be female products. Here will be male or personal care products according to the personality. Once the AI system understand the behavior of the customer, we are changing the items. We are changing the offers for the customers so that we can enhance our sales and enhance, of course, our customer satisfaction. That he feels that this application is built for him not for everyone. This is from Al-Dawaa perspective about personalization and using AI.
So basically, now we're still early adopter, not fully adopting the AI at the moment, but we are planning to do that. But let me tell you that what I see for AI, we use it today in, I'm sure it will be different usage in 2 or 3 years. So basically, how I see the AI will working, it will be different than how we use it today. So today we personalize the journey for the user, for the human user. What I imagine, what we go, it's we are will personalize the journey for the AI agent, which is very different idea. So let me explain it more. So how many people here use Grok in Twitter? You use it and you use it. And once you see tweet, you will mention Grok and tell me about this tweet. Yes. So basically, you are giving the agent the authority to advise you. Later on, what I see, the consumer will move on from interacting with the website and the app and sending their AI agent to do this journey. So the personalization will become focusing in more in AI tools, not in human, which is totally different. So you will have a CRM for a human and another CRM for an agent. Yes, exactly. This is I'm not sure if this will happen, but this is the way now I see it in Twitter and how the customer already shifted. Yeah, it shifted to the different behaviors. They trust the AI and they believe everything they heard it from the AI. So this is a later on adapt, which I need. I know that I want to adapt AI now, but the way what we use it now, it's not what we use it in 3 years. Yes. So this is my opinion.
Yes, but I said, made them essentially use it because wherein you want to manage the experience of the feedback that they see. I'm sure everybody does. Yeah, not it's trying for that feedback that one customer thinks about yourself. So you have feedback seeing what Google information is one popular platform. Then you have feedback received from your surveys that you have in your respective place. You receive feedback from emails, you receive feedback from different channels. Today, what we have done or what we do now here is we have a tool in place which helps us in consolidating this feedback. And with this AI technology that they have built on the AI engine, whatever you call it at the end of the day, basically it responds or it gives the first response to the customer wherever that feedback is. Now, how this particular AI agent works is quite simple. There are rules that have been defined. That is first how the brand like the customer relates to the feedback. So let's say if I had an incident related to books, or I have a very good positive feedback, or I didn't like coffee, or I have a issue with the stock picking. So based on all these different types of instance, and based on the brand guidelines, and with that additional mood of how my response was wrong, how did I respond through this particular incident plus 3 times, AI will give the first response I did. So this is how we are enhancing our personalization behavior in terms of ensuring that the customer is given as the is attended to, and then it is the tool has taken you to the right or I would say escalation there to manage that one feedback and grow that particular group that we have. So I'm sure AI is making big strides here. I'm sure everybody is exploring. I'm sure some people have already taken a step forward. There is no doubt about it that AI will definitely talking game 5 we want us. But at the end of the day, you're always the CEO and AI and you're in US.
Yeah,
So there's no doubt about that. Actually, regarding the AI, for instance, humans, ignorant students using the AI solution and how they get business to be no, you see, we all like came to good house.
Here we will look at games e-commerce. We are using a shared stock which has been already and it can be allocated in by each of it. Let's say, but since we have our own in-house marketing system, you guys about how we send alert directly and each one reach minimum stock. And this minimum stock level has dedicated from the system. We can we can add it manually, but we hit the system per day and
Do the demand planning.
yes,
Yes, amazing.
is the not is the only the last year sales, but also is the one that's in the last 3 months by days. For example, see what I'm here. The lead business is growing year over year, especially one the principal plus similar to service from GV. They can be their forecast is the last years, but they are still growing. So this gone the last 20 days sales, we are forecasting how the demand be in the next 20 days. And based on this, we allocate the stock. We send to the demand team how many units you need to make sure the items will not be out of stock. We stay based stock short visuals, but this solution supports to make sure we can offer the promotions of the right model that and the seasonal code guideline. When it comes to the customer experience, as I mentioned now, the product station, the user journey, product review, even the shampoo. Year over year, the total users actually increase the portion that which refer to use shampoo instead of the human instance of customer service and share. They are preferring to use shampoo. Why? Because they provide more accurate, they provide more accurate information about the product, about the delivery, about the shipping. All of this solution, the customer feel like my journey become more easy and safe, and it's the get the right information for kindness. Yeah, that's right. Well, just would like to point Faisal that you know Salah the thing is see when you go from inside of the Faisal coming from the leaders there. What is the one single challenge you see the name is done by the instrument as a function of the user? And you have what Faisal like was get all the when the business asks for so many demands, is he prioritize of which one to pick and which one buy?
Maybe about logistic. Logistic is a very important part in our journey. Customer expects delivery within a few minutes. We used AI recently in delivery. The machine learning understand or record the locations and start make routing for the drivers.
Wow.
Okay. At the beginning, it's not the best, journey you can expect from the first days. But week after week, the machine learning starts to work fine, and we can find that the delivery and the performance of the drivers and the even the cost of delivery cost per trip is we are improving on this area. This was a very painful area came to us, especially after COVID, when I mentioned at the beginning of the panel. Before COVID, we find that the driver get one order, two orders, three orders. We depend on the driver experience in delivery. But after the booming of e-commerce, we find that the driver should deliver 10 or 15 orders within 2 hours. How we can make the order sequence, how we can go to which customer is the first, which is the second, which is the third, and it is different according to the traffic during the day. So we shifted to a solution using AI. It helps a lot on that area, but week after week until he understands all the aspects that changing the routing. This is from our experience in Al-Dawaa, and alhamdulillah, finally we did something good in our delivery to our customer.
Amazing.
This
Amazing.
is
I say, season, the continuous milestone of action side of business asking conclusions. And it given the overall costing also not picture the guidance also cost picture. How do you put out today? How do you convince the business as you need long in project deals? I think that will start. But that's not. You always continue. But see, I think fast forward today, I think stay from the manager in the team. Hey, being here the next level. It's important that we based on all of your people that I am currently working on this, what you like to go on. And it definitely involves with departments like you had supply chain, you have marketing, you get time. You have to notice something coming from the CEO directly itself. So it's all about how you manage these expectations and how you align with all these stakeholders to see that what is the priority that you're looking at. I understand like we as an enabler, we have a work, right? And at the end of the day, we have two eyes, two hands, two ears, right? So there's a capacity at which we can. I believe what matters for leader us is how do we present this case? Okay. When business case is stronger, that is going to bring in a much more, let's say, bigger and a better ROI here for the business, then how we try to prioritize. And at the same time, making sure that every single stakeholder is aligned with all these initiatives, I think they will going to make a difference. It's never easy because everybody comes from a different school of thoughts here. But when the leadership team make a difference in ensuring that we're all on the same page, I think that will make a bigger difference, or that makes us bigger difference as far as technology is concerned. Because we don't have technology and more of a key like your organization, and everybody wants it very important to work. Everybody wants their initiatives to supersede or be at the top here. But at the end of the day, the business can go this one that is such important thing. So when that alignment is there and when all these stakeholders are there together, so I believe that would won't say that the GP people here at the end of the day. But still that makes a big difference here whenever we have not tried to implement any kind of projects here for the business. So as a bringing this definition, elastic conversation to a close, one fundamental question that I wanted to ask is when Vision 2030 I guess 5 years out, and there are a lot of expats coming in the game, there are a lot of people coming into the game. On the whole, in all the channels of business, which one do you see will sustain given the vast region of the kingdom? Which business? E-commerce and this region also is known for a very heavy offline ecosystem as well. So offline, e-commerce, quick commerce. What's your pick?
quick commerce.
Yeah, quick commerce.
Quick commerce.
Of course.
Quick commerce.
Of course.
Yeah, bullet commerce.
Actually, they can just them second to answer that.
Bullet
course.
commerce.
Bullet commerce.
Bullet commerce. Yeah.
What about learning? Given your FHC industry, which and wants everything to be super hard at night, my topic is government. No, that's serious. I believe all channels will flourish. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's a choice to the customer, right?
Yes.
The customer decides whether I go to the store and go buy something or I'm out to purchase it online. As long as you are able to give them a seamless experience across any touch point that they want to interact you with, I think it doesn't make any difference which channel will flourish you. If you remember, during forward, it still was like the peak. Great. Okay. And at that point in time, everybody was saying, I think after
I do.
like you know what is going to happen. But let's see today. I think what the position, what going to be good as long as the business is really bringing that value on all single channels that you're interacting with the customer. That's how you see consumer electronics. Actually, I would say whole business model will stay sustainable. For example, you could see in consumer electronics, this trend and media and Sharia cheapest. All of this retailers already market share has been not only online, also more offline. the helping thing they want to see other retailers, which they want manage very well. So the market share has been moved from things was it those ones to mention retailing to another big retailer, which is focused commercial and they leading the share the knowledge operation. Those ones user with the user experience, usability, how they offer many solutions or omnichannel and results realizable in this facilities. But in today, when you see the results, you see the shops sales has been increased in looking at even, for example, career and the other retailers, they are still establish a new offline jobs. And they keep investing in the
The offline. Also.
and that's I think that brings I think to this last presentation. On the point, the and lighting session for us to be having probably one of the most diverse panel that I go personally is a water rating. And I open